it's so crazy that the thought like literally entered my head to say, I don't want to make another video today. So I was like, no. And I just hit record. So what's up, everybody? It's me, Erica, and we are down here. Girl. My eyes are open. They are open, okay? They're just a little heavy right now. They're just a little heavy. So what is going on, y'all? We just read the whole Rolling Stone article about Dr. Dre being sued by the marriage counselor for threatening him. Go watch the video. I read the whole article unintentionally because it was on Jasmine Brand and I felt like it wasn't giving me enough. And I saw it was in Rolling Stone, so I read Rolling Stone's article. I don't know who originated the article, but it's in Rolling Stone. Dr. Dre and his history, it's like that's not far fetched. And of course, people are in the comments saying it's a money grab, you know. Um, and it's sad. But anyways, so let's go back and see what is going on the blogs, girl.
I sponsor the now. Yes. I sponsor the blog. Let me tell you something,
girl. It is a mess. I don't know what is going on in the world. There's these Steve Madden shoes that I want. They're like silver. They have silver and gold, and they are so cute. Y'all probably know what I'm talking about. But I've been seeing the ad on Instagram, and they really about to get me, but I'm not. I cannot. I just bought these shoes. They're so comfy and cute. So cute. I love mine. They're so comfy. I think I'm gonna get them. They are so cute. But I don't know if I want to get silver or I want to get gold because I love silver. I love silver shoes. I used to have these like gunmetal silver, like little platform, like little Oxford shoes that I used to wear all the time. But these silver ones are so cute. Oh my God. I even have the thing saved. Anyways, I don't know what is going on with okay. Okay, let me go back to the saved thing. So what is going on with everybody? Is everybody doing good? Have you liked the video yet? Oh, girl, did you hear that story about the woman? This is a good one. The woman that listen to this. I'm gonna just let y'all listen to this. Did y'all see this? Who sent this to me? Was it Trina? I think Trina sent this to me. But listen to this shit, girl.
Husband,
Listen to this.
am I the asshole to divorce my husband and leave him with the kid after finding out I'm not biologically the mom?
How is that possible?
Yeah, how did that?
Listen to
That's
this.
exactly what I thought.
Where were you?
Right, was this? I cannot believe my life has come to this. All I ever do is go out of my way to help others, but on the few occasions I need help, nobody ever comes through for me. I, 36 female, have been with my husband, 35 male, for a total of almost 10 years. Married for 6. We had what I thought was my child by surrogate over 2 years ago because after 4 years of trying to conceive with no success despite medical interventions, it turns out that I am unable to carry a child to term. I've always wanted to be a mom. Devastated is an understatement regarding how I felt when I found out I have a medical condition that would make it nearly impossible to carry a baby to term. It was even more upsetting when I had to get a major surgery to remove my uterine growths with the hope to increase fertility, and complications during surgery warranted a partial hysterectomy involving removal of my uterus only. I still had my ovaries, so we started looking into the cost of a surrogate. It is really expensive. My close friend since college, who had already had 2 kids of her own, offered to serve as the surrogate for us to cut down on costs. After 2 disappointing IVF sessions that did not result in pregnancy, she became pregnant on the 3rd try and carried a boy to term for us. I was so happy and busy after the birth between being a mom and returning to work after a 4-week parental leave, I didn't even notice any warning signs. I should have noticed the red flags and warning signs early on, but I did not because I was so exhausted from working so much at my stressful job and 2 part-time jobs to cover most of the bills and anticipated medical and legal costs associated with a friend becoming our surrogate. I was the primary breadwinner. My friend and my husband started talking more, and I would sometimes come home from my weekend job to find her already hanging out at our house when my husband was there, I chalked it up as innocuous, and it's good for her to get to know my husband better since she was in the process of hopefully carrying our child for us. I was grateful to have someone helping us have a child. I also thought it was weird that our son has brown eyes when both of us have blue. Then I found out that while it is uncommon, it's possible sometimes due to many genes controlling eye color. Recently, it all came to head when I took our son to the doctor's appointment. They did a metabolic panel and blood tests, which showed that he had a blood type that is not biologically possible to have with me as his mother. Oh. He's B plus, I'm A plus, and husband is O plus. Immediately, I started wondering if it was the fertility clinic's fault and that they'd messed up and implanted a wrong embryo. I started lining up lawyer consultations to possibly sue the clinic and looked into having a DNA parentage test done. The test results showed that I'm not the mother, but my husband is still the father. I was heartbroken and angrier than ever. I talked to lawyers about medical malpractice in the fertility clinic that we used, and then my husband confessed that he slept with my friend, our surrogate, on a few different occasions during our struggle to have her get pregnant with our embryos. This means what I thought was our son conceived by IVF and carried with a surrogate isn't my son at all. It was in fact conceived the old-fashioned way, which I can't ever do. Livid and absolutely broken at the same time doesn't even begin to describe how I feel. I've been breaking down into crying spells over and over again about this. He claims he didn't even think pregnancy could result because he pulled out and he had always assumed that he was the reason for our early struggles to conceive, both before my hysterectomy and during the IVF insemination process with this friend. I felt an immediate triple betrayal from what was supposed to be my husband, my friend, and now knowing my child isn't even mine. I had such white-hot rage and delirium. I immediately left home and stayed at a hotel for almost a week before asking my parents to let me stay at home for a while. I admit I left our son with him. I'm now filing divorce because he cheated and betrayed me in the worst way possible. I also cut off my friendship with my friend, the surrogate, and feel afraid to trust anyone else now. I've seen a divorce lawyer to see about giving up my legal rights to this kid so I don't have to face such betrayal or owe child support. My husband and friend slash surrogate admit they were wrong and keep apologizing, but also called me immature and heartless to just give up on my son like that. My parents also say I can't just give up on a kid that I went through so many legal and medical hoops to have. When I told them I refused to stay in a cheater marriage and I'd rather adopt someday with a better and more trustworthy partner, they also told me that I was wrong and that maintaining my parental rights isn't much different than if I adopted outright. They say it isn't blood that makes a family. They're all about me divorcing my cheater husband, but keep telling me that I'm making a mistake, giving up my parental rights. Some of my other friends agree with what I'm doing. A few admitted that they weren't big enough to swallow pride and care for an affair baby, or to see daily reminders of my friend slash surrogate's betrayal every time they look at her son. I just want a clean break and a fresh start. I'm also looking at relocating several states away. Am I the asshole to give up my parental rights in the divorce because a kid I paid a lot of money to have, born by surrogacy, isn't biologically mine at all, but the surrogates?
What y'all do? What y'all do? Girl, the baby got a mama and daddy. Ain't a baby ain't gonna be without a mama and daddy. Y'all made the family. Go ahead and finish it. I don't have nothing to do with this. I'm out of here. You know I love the kids, but girl, I'm out of here. Y'all got a mama and daddy. Y'all good? Deuces? Girl, what the fuck? I'm out of here. What would y'all do? First of all, no. I'm not no. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. You can I don't know what you won't tell them. That was your mama before, but that's not really your mom. We tricked her into believing she was the mother, but we're actually your parents. Like, what the fuck? Girl. This better that she just go away. I don't know how old the child is, but let me read some of the comments. I'm afraid I don't have a high vibrational solution for this. This ain't even my life, and I'm ready to choose violence. Ain't no way. Right. Wild. I wonder if after learning the child is biologically hers, if the surrogate wants the child. The surrogate probably knew that was her baby. She probably looked at that baby and was like, that's my baby. This is my baby. When that baby came out, was like, she probably said, this is my baby right here. She knew she needs to sue for the money she paid for the surrogacy. Yeah, definitely that. We can certainly stop calling her a surrogate. Right? Right, let's start there. It's so funny how people who hurt and betray you think they have a right to instruct you on how to navigate through it respectfully. Right now, fuck all y'all. Off with all y'all motherfucking heads.
Am I the asshole to divorce my husband and leave
Hold
him
on.
with the kid
And then
after finding out I'm not biological?
girl, and then she was the breadwinner.
And I'm gonna go to the car and dial 911 because you're going to jail, bitch.
I can't. I said divorce him and disappear. The child has their biological mother. They have their you have your biological mother and father. What am I? I don't have nothing to do with this. I don't have nothing to do with this. Let me tell you something. If one thing a motherfucker's gonna find a way to do is how to just be deceitful. And then like you really think, like, I thought it was weird that she says, I'm gonna go and find another man more trustworthy to have and adopt a child with. You thought this man was trustworthy and he's fucking the surrogate. Like, girl, no. Divorce and disappear. Girl, never to be heard from again. Girl, bye. Everything. I want everything changed. I release. I'm not even the parent. I'm not the parent. So just go by the biological. I didn't adopt. This is not, no. And then the parents and the people trying to make her stay, no. The baby got a mama and daddy already. And she was the breadwinner. Girl, run. She should sue to recover medical payments for the surrogacy. Stop asking friends and family for advice. You know that ain't your baby, and that it ain't your man, and that ain't your friend. Move the fuck along because they played in your pockets and in your face. But like, why are you saying it like that? She's asking you, like, what should I do? What you mean move along this? No, just say, girl, you should leave because you was done wrong. That was wrong that happened to you. Like, girl, fuck them people. Yes, fuck them. Yes. Stop asking friends and families. Isn't the longest video I ever watched on IG? I was hooked, right? Everyone in the situation should feel deeply blessed to be above ground because what the entire FUCK. I agree wholeheartedly. Divorce and remove parental rights and let those two care for their child. However, she would need to also sue them for all the money she spent for having her think the baby was from IVF. They are so wrong for that. Also, go ahead and start therapy. This is a lot to heal, but you got to heal. See, that's why people enter their villain era. She needs to ignore all those people and actually sue the friend and the ex for all the money she wasted treating her as a surrogate. What happens if the friend decides she wants the baby one day? Then what? Nah, I'm out. She can have the baby and the man. That's how I feel. Divorce, disappear, and fade into the damn background like Homer into the bushes. Girl, ain't that a mess? That's a mess, ain't it? I was like, damn. Damn. Oh, this was good. I said I wanted to share this with y'all. Shout out to the Trap Witch on IG, Tatiana. She is she posted this a series on IG, and she said she asked ChatGPT about feminine repression and rage. And it was very interesting how it responded. And I said I wanted to say this because I wanted to read this to y'all. Okay. How many female serial killers has there been in history? And if male predominant, why? Answer in 3 sentences. Historically, there have been far fewer female serial killers than male, with estimates suggesting women make up less than 10% of all known serial killers. The predominance of male serial killers is often attributed to societal factors, including their gender roles that encourage men to express aggression outwardly, while women are more likely to commit covert and relational violence. Additionally, psychological theories suggest that men may have a higher levels of psychopathy and impulsivity, which could contribute to a higher likelihood of engaging in serial killing. How does trauma and the history of patriarchy play into women repressing themselves that creates dis-ease that kills them versus it materializing in ways that will end up on Snapped as murderers or serial killers? Answer in 5 sentences. Trauma and patriarchy shape women's repression by internalizing societal expectations of passivity, submission, and silence, often creating chronic stress and emotional suppression. This repression can manifest as physical illnesses like autoimmune diseases, cancers, and heart disease, as the body internalizes unresolved pain and emotional strain. For some women, however, this same emotional turmoil may externalize as rage, leading to violence when they feel like they have no other way to reclaim their power or escape. In cases like those featured on Snapped, extreme stress or abuse pushes women to break societal norms through violence, often in a final act of desperation or perceived justice. Whether the trauma manifests in disease or violence depends on coping mechanisms, social support, and the level of repression or oppression they face. How much stress or how many years or incidents does it often take before they end up snapping? Answer in 4 sentences. The amount of stress or number of years it takes before someone snaps varies widely based on individual resilience, personality, and life circumstances. Chronic unresolved stress, coupled with repeated incidents of abuse or oppression, can accumulate over the years before a breaking point is reached. For some, a single extreme incident triggers a sudden reaction, while others endure prolonged trauma before snapping. Psychological thresholds, access to support, and coping strategies largely determine how long someone can endure before they break under pressure. How often, when women are institutionalized, are they victims of reactive abuse? Answer in 3 sentences. A significant number of women institutionalized for violent behavior have histories of reactive abuse, where they respond aggressively after enduring prolonged emotional, physical, or psychological abuse. Studies suggest that many women who commit violent acts were first victims of abuse, and their actions were often reactions to long term trauma or self defense. The prevalence varies, but it's estimated that a majority of women in prisons for violent offenses, particularly domestic crimes, experienced abuse prior to their actions. What is the percentage of women that commit passions of crime? Answer in 3 sentences. Women commit about 10 to 15% of all homicides, with significant portion involving crimes of passion. These crimes are often driven by intense emotional factors such as a romantic jealousy or domestic abuse, and usually occur in intimate relationships. While men are more likely to commit violent crimes overall, women tend to be overrepresented in crimes of passion when compared to other violent offenses. Question: if the devil wanted to stop your destiny and highest potential as a woman, what qualities of a man would they use to stop you based on societal factors and history? Answer in 5 short points. Number 1, controlling and manipulative. A man who undermines a woman's autonomy and decision making using manipulation or control to stifle her growth. Number 2, emotionally unavailable. Someone who withholds emotional support, leading her to question her worth and prioritize unhealthy attachments over self actualization. Number 3, a patriarchal mindset. A man who enforces traditional gender roles, limiting her potential by reinforcing subservience or domesticity as her only value. Number 4, dismissive of ambition. A partner who belittles or discourages her career, dreams, or personal goals, keeping her dependent or doubtful of her abilities. Number 5, gaslighting. A man who distorts her reality and self perception, making her question her instincts, intuition, and capacity for success. That was such a good post. I loved it. So, y'all heard it. I'll put a link to the post. That's exactly what it is. Someone says, I feel like women don't have the same access to anger and rage as men because expressing those feelings is largely viewed as unladylike and therefore undesirable, leading us to repress those emotions. But do you realize that you're repressing those expressions of angers for society and folks around you? Like it's like literally putting you in a box, putting yourself in a box because you're afraid of how you're going to look. To who? To onlookers, to other men, right? I don't want to seem like I'm aggressive, right? I've even personally experienced this with men that I've dated attempting to control my emotional expression. Women serial killers are underrepresented because they're often discounted as not being violent. We also don't kill in the same ways. We tend to poison adults or murder infants and children or the elderly. Woo, the slide where it says women being institutionalized are victims of reactive abuse. True story. The person I was with before the military versus the person I became after the military. I was very aggressive, was arrested for reacting to the same people that caused my trauma. Wild. I suffered from PTSD, yet had no idea for 13 years till having access to a therapist who validated it. I felt like I had been aggressive as a form of like protecting myself. Wow, that's major. Related but not related, I was thinking about the power of feminine rage. And as someone going through perimenopause, if someone gathered women 40 to 60 and harnessed the beautiful combo of feminine rage and mothering instinct, ooh, we could rebuild the system. It's that time. This is fascinating and even serendipitous for me because I was researching feminine masochism and how it's argued about in psychology. The theory explores how women's rage is suppressed due to societal norms and expected gender expression, hence why our rage can be expressed and interpreted different differently compared to men. The theory goes deeper and wonkier at certain points, but it's fascinating nonetheless. And this thread definitely resonates with me. It certainly feels like this topic will become a more serious public discussion in coming times. Yeah, this was a good thread. This was so good. It really was. So good. I think that's it, y'all, for the second video. Is that enough? Or do we want one more topic? Let's see if we could hit one more. Let me go back. Let me go to my saved. Okay, so we got the lady with the surrogate. We did the feminine rage thing. What else do I have here? Let's see what's on Hollywood Unlocked. Why is he out there? Why is Anderson Cooper out there, girl? Yeah, it's too much. That is too much. He's getting hit in the face with all kind of shit. Girl, it's a mess. All right, let's see. I think that's it. What? Girl, I'm not reading this story. I can't. I'm not. California and several other states sue TikTok alleges it is harmful for children. Several states, including California and New York, have filed a lawsuit against TikTok. They accuse the platform of misleading the public about its safety and intentionally designed features to keep teens and children addicted to the video sharing platform. The lawsuit files in 13 states and the District of Columbia claim TikTok practices violate consumer protection laws and contribute to a growing teen mental health crisis, as reported by NPR. This bipartisan group of state attorneys general is seeking to force TikTok to modify its product features, which they argue are manipulative and harmful to teens. Additionally, the lawsuit seeks financial penalties for the company. TikTok is currently threatened with a U.S. ban scheduled for January 19th unless it cuts ties with its Chinese-based parent company, ByteDance. In addition to this federal challenge, the platform is also facing state-level challenges and lawsuits as part of an ongoing debate about social media's impact on mental health. TikTok intentionally targets children because they know kids do not have the defenses to create healthy boundaries around addictive content. Hell, the adults don't, girl. Not just I mean, that's why, because the adults are, it's so crazy how you think you're able to do something because you have an adult brain, but it's just as susceptible as a child's brain. Child's brain is more susceptible, but the way that people are addicted to TikTok, adults are susceptible too. The state attorney general stated that certain features on TikTok, such as its personalized algorithm, infinite scrolling, and push notifications, can foster excessive use and behavioral changes. TikTok is not your child's parent. Too many of y'all let your kids have unmonitored and unlimited access to the internet, right? I have like stuff on their phones, like blocked some things that they can't access. For them, I have timers on the phone that they need to go off at a certain time. What else? I have adult sites restricted on their phones. You can also put app, what do you call it? Time stamps, app time frames. Like you can say that they can only use this app for an hour a day, and then it locks, right? Like my kid's phone goes off at 10 o'clock, but on weekends I take it off so he could stay on there longer. But yeah, the phone goes off at 10 o'clock. Is that too much? I don't feel like it. I don't feel like it is. You have to put some parameters in place, I feel like. And I do feel like if you don't put those parameters in place, yeah, the scrolling, like, and just being on there, the adults get addicted. So what do you think is going to happen to the kids? Anyways, I gotta go. I think I gotta go. Take care of each other, protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. Yeah, watch your kids' social media use. You can put parameters in place. All right. Peace.